Welcome back. We are talking about online citizenry, the role of bloggers in society and politics. Let me ask the politician. Responsible behavior online. Is it ever possible? Or how would you define responsibility online as offline?
I think it's got to evolve to what we have today. I think on the offline space where there's certain social norms. I think there's certain community norms and there's certain community self-regulation without the government intervening. So I think the online space today, I think it's a little new. I think it's sort of like a wild, wild west out there. So it probably has to come to a stage where today we have the sites doing self-moderation, but at the same time, there has to be certain sensible behavior and from the bloggers or from commentators for that matter. And to some extent, I think it will take a couple of years to evolve, and I hope not too much more. And
Sorry, Carol, do you think this is realistic though to expect the online community to have a self-moderated stance, or is this even the role that the online community want to play, to be moderated?
Okay, I think we have to talk about when the government wants to engage online citizenry. When we talk about engagement, it has to be a two-way dialogue, correct? Which also means there has to be room for people to express your views. Sometimes you may not want to hear certain views that are expressed, but I would think that a more voluntary form of community moderation may be the way to go, instead of a more top-down approach, say from the government.
But Alex, that whole thing about community and bloggers wanting to self-moderate just fell flat on its face.
No, it didn't. It didn't fall flat on its face. I mean, I think where we get off on the wrong track is when we assume some kind of a structure on top of bloggers and netizens and commentators. I don't think that is what Zaki was referring to. We are referring to a certain set of behavior that gradually comes together by different individuals with influence over their own sites or peer pressure on each other. And I think, yes, give it time, it will develop. Just as when we walk down the streets, most people are responsible and socially observant, but there will always be those nutcases on our streets who spit left and right.
So there will be nutcases on online too.
Yes, and there will be, and we'll learn to live with it. We'll learn to dismiss their views because people will see them for what they are.
And honestly, without sounding too pedantic, that's when you talk about the importance of education. Educating people of the consequences of the kind of online content they post. Consequences not just to the society at large, but consequences to themselves. Right? And then you have to educate people who consume the content, to be able to discern from what is truthful, what is salacious, what is well-substantiated arguments. And now with most consumers also becoming producers, education has to be more multifaceted.
But having said that,